Ugh. It's the Broncos versus the Browns. Guess we got to talk about it. Now, with all the injuries to the Cleveland Browns side of things, Baker Mayfield being out, Nick Chubb being out, Kareem Hunt being out, I landed on D'Ernest Johnson's 59.5 rushing yards. On some of the other books out there, he's as low as 59.5 rushing yards, but I've seen him as high as 62.5 rushing yards, which could present a bit of value compared to where he's at over on PrizePicks. Now, according to the Blitz by Derek Carty, he's projected for over 76 rushing yards tonight, almost 77 rushing yards, in fact, which gives us plenty of headroom versus the 59.5 rushing yards that he's listed at over on PrizePicks. Now, this game's setting up to be one of those cold and very windy games with winds as high as 19 miles per hour expected. I think that this game turns into more of a run-heavy type of game from both teams, so that would play right into the favor of D'Ernest Johnson and this rushing yards prop. Now, one thing I will caution you is that there isn't a lot of game logs here for D'Ernest Johnson as a starting running back for the Browns, but I will tell you that he has covered this prop just one time, carrying the ball 13 times for 95 yards against the Dallas Cowboys almost 1 year ago. And the Broncos ranked 8th in rushing yards allowed to opposing running backs. They're giving up just under 72 yards per game, so it could be tough sledding here for D'Ernest Johnson. And finally, the only running back to go for 60 or more yards versus the Denver Broncos, rookie running back Najee Harris of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And if you're not following or subscribed yet, go ahead and do that now. Also, drop a like on this video if it's helping you out in any way. I truly appreciate it. As a content creator, it helps me a ton. And if you're not playing on PrizePicks yet, go to PrizePicks.com, use promo code Curry. They're gonna double every single dollar you put in up to $100 instantly. And finally, the other prop that I want to talk about comes from the Denver Broncos side of things, and we're talking Tim Patrick and his 3.5 receptions. The Blitz by Derek Carty has him projected for 3.8 receptions, which puts him really close to 4 receptions, which is a good thing if you plan on taking the over on this prop. Now, he's only covered this prop in 3 out of 6 games. That's a 50% hit rate, but he is averaging 4.2 receptions per game on the season. Plus, I think this receptions prop is a better way to go than his receiving yard. Now, dating back to last year, he's actually got a higher hit rate on the road at 64% than he does at home at 40%. So that's another good thing playing into the favor of the over here. Another thing worth noting is that the Cleveland Browns rank number 2 against running backs in terms of receptions allowed and number 1 against tight ends in receptions allowed, but they're just middle of the pack when it comes to wide receivers and receptions allowed. And really, the only knock against this Tim Patrick 3.5 reception prop for me is the fact that despite being second to Courtland Sutton in both snaps and targets, he trails Sutton by almost 20 total targets on the season. So you'd like to see him get more of that target share if he's out on the field. So what are you guys thinking? Are you going to take the over or the under on these props, or maybe you're just going to fade? Drop a comment below and let me know.